Listen, let's continue with those feel-good vibes this morning. This morning, making his Expresso debut, hang out with comedian Carvin Goldstone. Now, he's been in comedy for a number of years now. He's even have 2 Australian comedy tours under his belt. And now this award-winning comedian is back with a brand new show and is here to talk about it all. Carvin, my brother, how are you doing?
I'm well, thanks, and you?
Lekker, man. Thanks for joining us. Before we get into your show, man, Mayweather or McGregor?
McGregor. I'm going to go with McGregor.
McGregor, yeah?
Yeah, I think hunger's everything.
Yeah.
Passion, yeah. He wants it more.
He wants it more.
Well, Floyd apparently needs it because he owes tax, so...
Oh, well, there we go.
Okay.
I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Lucky to have you, man.
Well, Carvin, you've been, all over. You've had 2 Australian tours. You're now in Cape Town. I feel like you haven't showed Cape Town that much love. Why did you decide to...
Yeah, I've been coming to Cape Town quite often in the last year, but I haven't had a one-man show of this nature, so I'm so excited. I'll be at the Baxter. I always feel, especially with this show I've performed it in Swaziland, in Zimbabwe, and across the world, but I haven't been to Cape Town to talk about coloured people where we apparently come from.
But I love this
about it.
Look, man, I think it's going to be great. And what I love about comedy is the fact that anything and everything goes, and you can take light issues and have fun with it. You can take very serious issues and also bring a message across. But coloured president, what is this show all about? What is in that name?
It's going to be about coloured people and about the president. I think that's quite obvious. People always they have a little giggle when I say, "What's your show called?" I say "Coloured President" because they don't usually put the two together. So the show's also it's slightly political. It's like replacing coloured people in roles like presidents, CEOs, leaders. Usually we portrayed on TV as dangerous and gangsters. So yeah, this is going to be a show that's going to kind of question that in a funny way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking forward to that. And then, you know what? You've been abroad. You've done your shows here. How would you say South Africans or South African comedians compare to those of the international standards?
I think South African comedians, because of our history in this country, we way more, what can I say, open to prejudice, if that makes sense. And comedy is based on prejudice. Men are like this, women are like that. You from Cape Town, I'm from Johannesburg. And so that gives us a bit more ammo when we go into our comedy. So a lot of South African comedians do exceptionally well when they leave the country, just because they're a bit more aware.
Yeah. Look, we always use an example, Trevor Noah, and see what what he's achieved as well. And I think that the standard of comedians and the quality of the product that we can produce within South Africa, it's phenomenal because, literally, let's be honest, there's so much going on. And
there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, a lot to talk about.
And in my show, I talk about a lot. I use myself as kind of the narrative. So my surname's Goldstone, which is a Jewish name, but as the viewers can see...
Doesn't mean anything, man.
Jews don't usually come in brown, but my great-grandmother was Zulu. And then on my mother's side, my mother's father's African-American, and my mother's side, they came from India, from Madras, Chennai. So I kind of channel all these different these lines back to my family, in my family tree, to kind of paint a picture of what is South African and then what is coloured, because every part of the country I've ever performed, it means something else. So I'm just trying to break that down a bit.
I like that. I like that.
Well, I want to know, what are you looking forward to sharing your show with the Cape Town audience?
Well, in Cape Town, I always feel like I'm not coloured enough when I come to Cape Town. Probably because in KZN we don't speak Afrikaans at all.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. People almost feel like you're not proud of who you are because you don't want to speak Afrikaans. And also just understanding the different, for example, all the stereotypes that might be about coloured people, and I look at my own life and I haven't stabbed anyone ever in my life, so
well done.
How do I fit into the picture? I don't even drink alcohol, and everyone's always surprised. They say, "Come have a drink with us, Carvin." I say, "I don't drink." They look at me as if I let down the rest of my people. I'm like, you are different. So that's what the show is going to investigate. Yeah.
I love that. Carvin, thank you so much for joining us this morning, man, and all the best with your shows.
Thank you.
And I hope it wasn't too much of an early morning for you, brother.
No. I'm actually just across the road.
Nice.
Okay, go back to bed right now. So make sure to catch Carvin and his brand new show called The Coloured President at the Baxter Theatre tonight and tomorrow night only. 2 shows.
2 shows.
2 shows.
Don't
There we
miss
go.
it.
Make sure you don't miss it.